This call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance.
This job would be great if it wasn't for the fucking customers.
You're always this stupid. Did you take lessons?
Just calm down.
Oh, fuck you!
You can't handle the truth.
This call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance.
In other words, be nice, asshole.
Oh. I did not see that email, Karen. I'm so sorry. We will talk about that too. My sincere apologies. I just saw an email from one of our other fans that I'm like, what is this? She said she was deeply offended. I was like, what did we say? Oh my God, what did we do to you? I'm so sorry. Oh my God. Okay, here it is. I'll forward this. So let's get it started. So welcome to another episode of Q as in Cucumber. I'm Lara Mack.
I'm Jessica James.
Do you hear that, bitches? We got Jessica in the house. Oh, yeah. So, Tanya, well, first of all, last weekend, TJ was super sick. Yeah, that just wasn't happening.
Yeah.
Last weekend. And then this weekend, Avery has a football game.
Nice.
Up in Denver. So she had to go up there yesterday, not today. So I asked Jessica if she would step in because I did want to talk about just a couple of things real quick. So thank you for being stand-in Tanya right now.
Hey, any day I can be like Tanya, it's a good day. Yeah. Always happy to do that.
I know. I want to be, I said it for years when we worked together. I want to be just like Tanya when I grow up.
Yep. Absolutely.
So the first thing I did want to talk about real quick is to our super fan, Kevin. I love you so much, Kevin. I just sent you an email, actually, with some sketches because Tanya has been talking about, she wants to do the additional, like a blossom or a butterfly or something every year on her chest tattoo.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
For like every anniversary.
Sure.
And we were talking about it on the show, and one of our super fans, Kevin, is a sketch artist. And he sent us some sketches and he wanted to know if we got them, and Tanya and I will talk about these together, but I did want to show them to you as well because I figured you would really appreciate these as well.
Okay.
I really want, there's one of these that I was like, oh, I want that one. I think it's really cool looking.
Yeah.
I am super digging it. It's the one with I think it's Japanese characters with, it looks like a dove and a tree. It's really pretty. I love that one. They're all beautiful. I love them. They're really great. So Kevin, you are extremely talented, and Tanya was very impressed. We will talk about those a little bit more. Ooh. But I figured I would share. Aren't those pretty?
Yeah. Ooh, I like the I'm not going to say it's Batman because I know it's not Batman, but I know that, but the superhero dude looking guy, I'm sorry, I know,
with the O.
Yeah, with the O. I mean, because that looks like, that's like some pointillism right there. Because it looks like it's just a bunch of dots.
That's I know, right? Cool. That's what I thought. It does look like it's just a bunch of dots, which those paintings always fascinated me in school, where I was just like, how do you do that?
Yeah, so
I don't understand.
I know this is totally off topic, but just
sure.
I've been working on this stupid paint by number, and it's super detailed, and some of these spaces are like so small, and I have absolutely mastered the skills of pointillism working on this damn paint by number. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
No kidding.
Yeah.
All right.
It's
now
ridiculous.
I want to see it.
But yeah, no, those are some pretty awesome drawings. It's pretty fantastic.
Those are amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we will talk about that some more. But I did want to say, so in our last episode, Tanya and I talked about this dude that just got super creepy, super creepy, with one of our listeners. She's an agent on the phones.
Okay.
And the guy was it creeped her out on a level that she was like, how do I handle this? And honestly, we told her in that episode, the way she handled it was perfect. Mm-hmm. She basically shut it down.
Good.
Because she asked him, like, is there anything else that I can do? Or is there anything else you need from me?
Yeah.
And he said, your body.
Oh, gross.
Yeah. And it creeped. Maybe it was, more than likely, it was like his tone. And I've had those conversations with people where I'm just like,
yeah,
oh, there's something about the way you're saying that's making me think I'm getting a little Jeffrey Dahmer, Ted Bundy kind of vibe. Like something's creeping me out just a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And this made me think of a call. Now, for those of you who don't know, Jess and I worked at the same cell phone company for a little bit before we worked together at the bank.
Yes.
And I had this experience at the cell phone company, but that Kevin reminded me of. This was so funny. Kevin said, I've swooped in on more than a few perv calls that our female associates would handle. Why jacks are wonderful things. All of a sudden, for a deep masculine voice to come on the line and say, "May I help you, sir?" Like when they're being pervy.
Nice. That's awesome.
Oh my God. I would pay. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you. And you know what? Your female agents, they appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. They
Absolutely.
appreciate that more than you can ever know.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why, because I still remember this. When I was in nesting at Gencell, because I had never worked in a call center before. This was literally like my first call center ever. And the trainer was so funny. He was just, oh my God, he was this super effeminate man. And he was just like, "What's up, girl?" And he was, oh my God, I loved him. And him and I bonded over the Golden Girls.
Yes.
I loved him to death. But one day he was Y-courting with me during my nesting period before I went out on the phones.
Yeah.
And if you remember at the time, it was one of those things where you didn't have just unlimited minutes.
Right. Nope.
And if somebody had a bitch or a complaint or needed, compensation, here's 50 bonus minutes.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Right.
Have fun. Well, I had this guy on the phone who was just bitching and bitching and bitching about whatever. I don't even remember whatever the fuck it was. I said, well, I can give you 50 bonus minutes. I can put those on your account. And he goes, well, how do I know you're really going to put them on there? And the question completely like threw me. I was like, what do you mean? Like, I'd never really been questioned like that. How do I know you're not lying? I'm like, I don't know. How are you going to know? Whatever.
Yeah.
Weirdo. Like, I'd never been questioned like that. And there was a pause because whenever, I think everybody does this where all of a sudden you're just stumped.
Yeah.
And especially on the phone because you're trying to think, what can I say that I can keep my job?
Right.
But what can I say that will, convey the point?
Right.
So, but I was new at this. I wasn't,
Yeah.
quick on my feet. And he was like, well, how do I know you're actually going to put them on there? And I was like, and I shit you not, he goes, because pussies lie.
Oh my
was
God.
like- And it just wasn't what I was expecting at all. And the trainer who was Y-courting with me, so I'm sitting the way I'm sitting right now, staring at you, right?
Yeah.
He was Y-courted, but he was standing and with his, like, basically leaning his butt on the desk with his arms crossed. So he's looking right at me, right? And he says, pussies lie. And I look up at the trainer and he's got his arms crossed and he's kind of looking down at me. His jaw just drops. He looks disgusted and horrified. And he reached over and if you remember the little boxes, he unmuted himself and he was like, "Sir, this is the dick. She put the 50 bonus minutes on your account." And he hung up. And he just hung up on him.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And that place would not have been cool with him doing that.
No.
But he was just like, unplugged his phone and he was like, "I'm sorry. That was unacceptable. I'm going to go smoke." And he just walked away. Like it pissed him off. And I just was like, "Oh, well, thank you. Thank you so much." I appreciate you. Thank you so much. If you ever need anything, let me know.
Oh, that's amazing.
So I remember that was what? Shoot, that was 18 years ago.
Yeah.
18 years ago, and I still remember that. So let me tell you, Kevin, your female associates, when you do that shit, they appreciate it. They appreciate it more than you can possibly know.
Yeah.
So thank you. Thank you so much, Kevin.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Did you ever have that? Like, I'm sure you had.
In all my years of being in call centers, I only have one from that same business place that I remember, and it was the guy who told me I was the white devil, and
like,
Okay, so do you remember? God, I don't know. So, like, I mean, I don't know if we want to code that to disguise the company name or whatever, but so, anyways, I was on that specialty queue when it first launched.
oh God, you poor thing. I'm so sorry. That was the worst. So we'll pause this and clarify. So we can't say what it was called, but Jessica just explained it to me, and I'm going to edit that out. But basically, what it was a program for somebody who didn't have very good credit,
Right?
But they qualified enough that they could have a plan, but if they got more, if their bill went over like $150,
Yeah.
they shut off your phone.
Yeah.
Basically, like until you paid it, because it was to make sure that you weren't going to run up a $2,000 cell phone bill and then ditch out.
Right.
Like that
Yeah.
it was to help build credit. So that's
Right.
what it was. So
Yeah.
and those
so
were
no.
awful calls. I'm so sorry you were on that queue. That queue had
It's
to
okay.
suck.
It did,
I'm
but you
so
know,
sorry.
I volunteered for it, so you know, I put myself there. But no, so like it's you know the same circumstance. I'm sitting at my desk taking calls, whatever, and a gentleman calls in because his phone is shut off, and I explain why it's shut off. I explain what's going on, and he's basically telling me that I need to turn it back on. And I'm like, okay, well, make a payment, blah blah blah. I'm like, no, I'm not making a payment. Just do it. I'm like, nope, that's not how it works. And, you know, and again, this was, God, forever ago, probably about the same amount of time, like 18 years ago or so. And he, you know, starts getting frustrated with me that I'm not, you know, that I'm being insubordinate and I'm not just doing what he's telling me to do and all this other stuff. And he's like, you're the devil. You're just a fucking white devil.
You're like,
And,
okay.
Like, and I was already like super frustrated with this guy. And I remember I'm just sitting regular. I stood up so fucking fast that my chair goes flying behind me. What the fuck did you just call me? And it's like, it's like 6:00 in the morning because my shift started at like 5 something because it was 24 hours at that time. And so it's like dead silent in that building. My supervisor like hadn't even gotten in yet. And I just stand up so fucking fast. Fuck you, you fucking piece of shit. And I hung up. And like,
wow.
and like my
Jessica
supervisor
lost it.
right? Which is really funny because I've been called a lot worse things than a fucking white devil. There had to be something else in there that he said that sent me over that edge. But that was the
Obviously,
phrase
yeah.
that's like stuck with me. And so I hung up on him. I sure as fuck put myself in ACW. My supervisor was walking in at the moment, and I walked up to him and I said, I just hung up on a motherfucker and I'm taking a break. I'll see you in about 5 minutes. I was like, I need to calm the fuck down.
Yeah, there are those people. There are those people that just beyond
Yeah.
upset you.
Right?
Like that you have to just
Right?
step away.
But he was
away.
the only one. And after that one, I was like, why am I going to let somebody I don't even know control how I fucking feel about shit?
Yeah.
So yeah. No, that was,
Yeah.
I think, the one and only one that, like, has stuck with me just because of fucking White Devil, seriously. Like,
Yeah.
okay, whatever.
Yeah, that's a little disturbing. Where you're just like, okay. It's like that
Yeah.
client I told you about a few months ago that honestly, he was probably one of the few people that genuinely creeped me out.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
Yeah.
To the point where like he was speaking to me as if we were in some sort of master-slave relationship and I
Right.
had broken his rule.
Yeah.
And it was just that tone that
Yeah.
really, and he was being extremely inappropriate, talking about things that I won't go into, but it freaked. I mean, you know, I've been doing this for what, 20 years, 18 years
Yeah.
at this point. And the fact that I was shaking and crying for almost a whole day over that dude.
Right?
Really, and it's rare at the job I'm at now because it's not really like a call center, like
Yeah.
it's dealing with clients and their money, and it's way different. But
Right.
yeah, that dude, just on a next level of creepy. Let's so Kevin, we will talk more about your stuff when Tanya and I get back together. But I did have these really quick stories I wanted to cover. That I was like, really? That's what you did? Okay. This one is titled, Can't Hear You Over the Sound of Your Ovaries.
This is going to be fun.
Yeah. She says, my friend and I, both women, are stuck in a cubicle farm on overnights, doing Tier 2 tech support for a cable company. As we're a small team with a totally useless supervisor, we tend to help each other when needed.
Yep.
So, I know. Been there.
Yep.
So my ears perk up when I hear my friend struggling to finish a single sentence, getting cut off by the customer. She finally finishes the call. And I say, what was that about? And my friend says, apparently, I can't do tech support because I have boobs. And I say, really? Well, good luck to him tonight, since you and me are the only two on duty.
Yep.
So we laugh and go back to the queue. About 20 minutes later, guess who comes through on my phone?
Nice.
I start my opening spiel, and the guy says, oh, for fuck's sake, are you the same bitch I just talked to 20 minutes ago? And I say, no, sir, I don't believe that I've had the pleasure this evening.
Nice.
My friend is now I know, right? Let's just be sarcastic with his ass.
Yep.
My friend is now listening closely. Well, I'll tell you the same thing I told her. Get me a goddamn man on the line to fix this piece of shit now. And I say, I'm sorry, sir. And the customer says, you're not sorry. He starts an expletive-laden rant, but I hang up. My friend says, same guy? Did you tell him we're the only two on tonight? And I said, didn't get a chance to get a word in edgewise. So my friend says, let's not then. So they decide not to. So they draw up a sheet entitled The Dickhead and make 2 columns with their names, and they each put a strike in a column each time they get him. And whoever has the most, the other one has to buy them a coffee at the end of the night. But here's the funny part. And honestly, you and I will appreciate this since we both worked at that same cell phone company. Mm-hmm. On my next shift, I checked out his account out of curiosity. The notes from a male tech reads, customer unable to connect. Power cycled modem. Connection restored. Over 6 hours of calling nonstop for a 30-second fix that we could have given him with our vaginas.
That's fantastic.
Turn it off, turn it back on.
Yep.
That was always the thing at GenCell.
Absolutely. That was the main thing that helped resolve like the majority of problems.
Turn it off, turn it back on. Have a nice day. Not that difficult.
I know. I think for ladies working in those environments, we should all just keep like a massive fucking strap on at our desk so that when we deal with those people, we can be like, dude, I got my strap on. I got a dick right here. I mean, it's there.
There you go.
It serves the same purpose for the most part.
Right. Would it make you feel more comfortable if I put my strap on before you tell me your technical problem? Because I can do that. Whatever it is you need, sir.
Right? That would be awesome.
How to make you feel better. Oh, you want to talk to a man? Sorry, I don't have one available, but I have a stand-in. Like, I don't
Mine would be rainbow-colored and bedazzled.
Ooh, bedazzled not for your pleasure. Ow.
Well, you know.
You
never know what people are into these days.
This is true. All right. I say we wrap it up there.
All right.
That was a good, quick little episode.
Sounds good.
Keep sending your stories to qasincucumber@yahoo.com, and I will be back with Tanya here soon. So until next time, I'm Lara Mack.
I'm Jessica James.
Love your faces.
Keep it sane.
Like what you hear? Rate, review, and subscribe on iTunes or your favorite podcasting platform. And follow us on our Facebook page by searching Q as in Cucumber. Don't forget to check out our other show, hosted by me and Jessica James, called The Parent Memoirs. And we want to hear from you. Share your stories by emailing us at qasincucumber@yahoo.com, and you might just hear your stories on a future episode. Love your faces!
This call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance.